Alright, we're set up back in the mill, and we've got my mandrel back in the super indexer. We've got the muzzle brake on there nice and tight. I've got everything zeroed back in. We're started at 0 right here on the DRO. And, you know, everything will do alright. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to chamfer this. Normally I do the chamfering before I do the turning. Excuse me. But the barrel wasn't ready and everything, so we're kind of doing a few different things in an odd order. So anyway, all I use is just actually this is just a center starter. And I use it to chamfer just a little bit. It doesn't take much. Works out really well. So we'll get this in high gear. And all my safety glasses. I'm just going to come down and get this set on the first one. Let's see how that looks. I need to come down a little bit more. Big blue hand, sorry. Here. Alright, I like that. So I've got my quill stop set. Just going to rotate this to where we would start at. Actually, I'm going to start in the middle. Lock the quill. Set. Pull it off a little. Rotate over to the other. Put it in there. Just a little. Gonna move over 350. OCD chip thing going on again. Top dead center. Move over again to 700. Dead center. all chamfered. It's coming up pretty good on the camera. Alright, now we're going to take this out and we're going to set it back up on the barrel. It's still in the lathe, and we're going to blend this in. Alright, we've got the muzzle brake back on the barrel and we're getting ready to blend this in. And anyone that really wants to protect the ways on their lathe, especially when they're doing something like this with any type of sandpaper or cast iron or something like that, they'll throw a towel over it or that's got oil on it or whatever. And I do that. But what I also do is to be consistent every time, because I don't want a bunch of carbon or whatever being on one side and then I just throw it down there. I mean, pretty simple. You know, I just put on there this side up. So I'm consistently putting this side of this towel up to cover my ways. That way I'm not, you know, accidentally putting this side down. So just something that I'm anal about. Just a little, you know, maybe to help somebody else out there. So I got this set up, and we're going to start out blending this. I start off, depending on how the cuts were when I was profiling it with the barrel. And I'm going to start out with 150 grit paper, and we're going to be spinning at 500 RPM. See how that's almost gone. That seam line's almost gone already. And that's why you want to dial in on the outside of the barrel when you go to do the contour of the outside of the brake. You'll notice, shut that off. If you'll notice, I also go from the barrel towards the brake, because we know that the brake is just ever so slightly larger than the barrel diameter. So you can almost see right there where you can't even see the seam. I don't know if that's coming through or not. You can barely see it right there. And you can see some tooling marks right here on the bottom. So we're just going to keep going. I probably won't show all of this, but you get the general idea of what I'm doing. Alright, we've got this blended in. I tried to zoom in a little bit. And you just can't even tell. And that took maybe 5 minutes to do. That's why when you do dial in on the outside of the barrel, and this is, you know, perfect with that, it makes it so much easier to do. Alright, I just wanted to show the finished product, and I'm actually holding the camera, so but as you can see, we've got the barrel out of the lathe, and we've got it all blended in. And this barrel, I'm almost positive, will actually be fluted. And normally I would have the fluting and everything done first and do the muzzle brake last. But I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a close-up to show you what it looks like. Put some light on that. You can see the end of the barrel right there in the first port. So when the gases come out, it'll come out right there first, hit this first baffle. So it's just a few close-ups of everything.